Welcome to episode 210.
I don't understand why it's so important to you to know the numbers of the episode. I don't care what number it is.
I think it's important for people to realize there's 209 other episodes to watch of all this.
You should, you know what, at the end of the year, you should put together a best of, and all of it
It's a lot
just,
of work. I've been thinking about it. Like, I got to make a proper
2
intro.
minutes long. Maybe 2 minutes long.
Like a 90s style intro.
And yeah, we'll just get like some, you can videotape stuff in the house and then put a filter through it. It's me like catching a Frisbee, and I'm like,
Yeah, we'll go kick a ball in the park.
Mentos, do a Mentos commercial.
Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse.
Spider-Verse.
Question mark, because I didn't know we were doing it.
Yeah.
But, you know.
So how are your feelings about Spider-Man Spider-Verse Across the Spider-Verse Part 1, The Spider-Verse Begins?
Overall, I was surprised that I was so into it that when I go to pause it and be like, okay, yeah, this is pretty good, it's like 10 minutes to the end. And I'm like, oh, shoot. I forgot that it was a two-parter. Yeah.
I enjoyed it. Oh, man. I had pizza before we recorded this, so I might burp a lot. And ginger ale. So, extra burps. See if you can count them, people.
Did you have pizza in the shower?
Yeah. That's what I like shower pizza. It's good for
Shower
you.
pizza.
Yeah.
It keeps it wet.
That's how I get that stuffed crust, if you know what I'm saying. I lost my train of thought thinking about shower pizza. Oh, Spider-Verse in this Spider-Man's Spooder-verse. So, yeah, I enjoyed it. More than the story, though, I think I really appreciated and enjoyed the animation.
Yeah.
The animation really is the best part of it. The story is pretty, not subpar is the wrong word, but fine. It's fine.
Everything's
He
been
goes
done.
across the Spider-Verse. Hey, you're going to save something. Who cares? Whatever.
That's
I
your
like the
plot.
idea.
That's your summary.
I like the idea of the Spot. I thought that was a cool, unexpected bad guy to take over everything. I thought that was neat.
Well, who was that the bad guy of this movie?
I think so.
You think?
Yeah. I think the Spot is kind of the catalyst that starts everything. And then, so the main bad guy of the story is the Spot. He's the guy they've got to stop. And by the end, in the second part, that's who they'll stop, and that will snap everything back so
Yeah.
he can't go to the other multiverses.
But there's multiple bad guys in this.
Arguably, yeah. But he's kind of the catalyst that starts it all off. But no, the story, I like, it's fine. But it's the animation style, like the Spider-Punk, the way that they're drawing him at different frame rates. I'm like, he looks fantastic.
Yeah, I totally love when they're doing different types of animation on top of other types of animation.
Yeah, it really makes it worth the wait. And the second one now being delayed indefinitely until they can animate it.
Until they can
voice
give
it how they
proper
want.
amount of money to the people that are demanding it, which
And
is
that's
great.
what you want. Yeah, you don't want something like this rushed because it's such an impressive production that you want it given the care that it needs.
Also, Marvel, I don't know if this is applied because this is Sony, but also Marvel went on, or Marvel's animators or CG people went on strike.
I don't think it's just Marvel. It's all sorts of them, isn't it?
I no. So originally, it's all the screenwriters, the
SAG
now
AFTRA.
the actors have joined them, but separately, the Marvel CG people want to either go on strike or are demanding certain things, and as they should, because they've been treated
Absolutely.
horrible.
And it's
the
funny.
whole industry needs a redux.
I think it's really funny how if enough of these people walk out, I wonder if like one, producer with a team of maybe 5 scab animators can put something out and how many people will go see it.
But then you also have to look at the corporate people going, how's this going to look on us? And as much as you want to go, that doesn't matter. They're going to say it doesn't matter as long as they get the product out. But I don't think so. I think they are going to say, like these studios that are now saying, everything's postponed indefinitely until we get a figure out what's going on.
Yep. I'm curious of how many people, and I hope it's a majority of people that are like, yeah, you know what, we want a better product out there. We want, when I go to the movies and I pay $600 fucking to watch a movie. I want a good product instead of the slop that you guys have been putting out. But I wonder how many people are just like, I'll go see the slop. That's fine.
Well, yeah, there is a bunch of that, but in the end, it gets to them. Like Marvel's suffering now because like you got Ant-Man Quantumania. They're still making money off of that.
Yeah.
But not as much as they
'cause it
could
was a
have,
flop, yeah.
because they could have put more money into. They could have put a better screen.
But what's funny too
scriptwriters.
is then you get a movie like Barbie or Oppenheimer. Oppenheimer is now the most successful, not most successful movie that's brought in the most amount of money based on the Second World War. Or it's either World War II or war movie, but I believe it's just World War II. Barbie.
I like how you could put this is the most successful or made the most money based off of blah, blah, blah. And it's like, okay, you could say that for anything. But I get what you're saying.
It's more like a movie that's focused on such a specific event, you know? And with Barbie, most money for a female directed movie.
Yeah.
Like, that's great. It doesn't say, hey, this means throw more women into making movies. Women should be making movies just as much as men should be making movies. That doesn't mean, hey, more women should make movies now. That's not what that means at
helps.
all. I don't think so at all. I think what it means is, hey, you know what? We are fucking tired of the slop that you've been giving us. This Marvel garbage, this Secret Invasion garbage, this Marvel timeline, throw it all in the garbage, in my opinion. I know they're not going to, but in my opinion, throw it all out and let's get some original funny ideas, not even just funny, but original ideas, like the Barbies, like the Oppenheimers, these really cared for products. Because I haven't seen Barbie yet, and part of me doesn't want to go to the theater because I hate people and I hate the theater experience, but I'm so fucking psyched to see it because I know it's going to be so much fucking fun.
It won't be long before it's available on streaming.
Yep. And so that's exactly where I'm going to watch it because I hate people and I don't want any of them ruining my experience of it. But I am really looking forward to it. I know it's going to be really good.
I saw that pink outfit that you planned.
That's right. I'm going to wear my little pink tutu and then I'm going to dress my dog up in a little pink tutu and we're going to sit and watch it together.
And I have my Mountain Dew sweater.
Oh, yeah, it's pink. And you should be shaving your head while you're watching Barbie.
Just use that thing.
Because you're a Barbie girl. I can't say it or then we'll get hit.
Tell me, since you don't want me to read the plot.
Spider-Man, Miles Morales, likes Gwen Stacy, but she's in a different universe. Gwen Stacy's dad is police captain, and he's upset with her or something. The only animation that I don't want to say didn't like, but it was the least. I wanted it to hurry up and get rid of it the fastest. Was Gwen talking to her dad? I did not like that animation style. I don't know. It was like a splat, and then it would like run down. It was a constant moving background. I didn't like that at all. It frustrated me because I thought it was because
they had to do something different.
But it was a very emotional scene, and that constant moving background, and any scene of her and her dad was really emotional. And that constant moving background, I was like, this is distracting. But yeah, so she sees something happens, and then Gwen is part of the Spider-Verse Authority now, and she wears a watch, and she goes and visits Miles, even though she's not supposed to, and she says to Miles, hey, let's hang out with me.
Let's bang, yeah. Let's go to your room.
And then she has to get pulled into something to go after the Spot, and then Miles follows her into the Spider-Verse. He's not supposed to be there. And then black pregnant Spider-Mom says, why did you bring him? You're not supposed to. He's not supposed to see all this. And then you find out that there's like a Dracula Spider-Man who he's trying to fix everything or something. I don't know. And then they go to the Spider-Verse, and there's like a T-Rex Spider-Man and a Lego Spider-Man and Spider-Ham and all these different Spider-Mans.
The Spider-Women.
Spider-Women. Spider-People.
Yeah.
And then
Spider-Cat.
They fight something. I think they fight the Spot, or they fight each other, and they chase down Miles Morales, and then Miles finds out that there's another universe where his dad didn't die, and I think that's the Spider-Man that he was supposed to be that Spider-Verse or something. I don't know.
The little story within was like, hey, you weren't supposed to happen. You were the first anti-canon, whatever they called it.
Oh, yeah, they call it a canon event. Whenever someone would have a canon event.
So he was the first one, because a spider, because Spot did something where the spider,
Spider-Verse from Universe 99 or
Something like that.
came over and bit him or something.
yeah, and it was a spider that was for another Miles,
Yep.
the only other Miles that we know of,
Yep.
and
So all that was fun, but I wasn't following or caring about any of that. I was more just, I love Spider-Punk.
Mesmerized by
Yeah.
it,
Honestly, Spider-Punk, Indian Spider-Man, who I know how to name and I don't remember. All the animation and just it looked, and another thing too is it felt like these actors were having a ball. Yeah. Instead of when you're watching that shitty Transformers movie and Pete Davidson's like, oh, bump it, bro. Oh, damn, what are we going to do about these Decepticons? Like, it sounded like these actors were enjoying themselves. And it was such a welcome change from all the other shit that we've seen recently. To show that maybe we want to enjoy watching movies, you know?
Yeah, every scene, like you could pause anywhere.
Yeah.
And it would be a work of art.
And and it was a decision to have shit look that way. A decision by the two directors. It was a decision, or maybe it's one director and their producers. I don't know. I don't care. The point is, they made a choice for it to look that way, which could have really bombed, right? Even that first one, they could have really wasted a whole shit ton of money. People were watching. They were like, dude, we're not ready for this shit. But it was great, you know, and same with the second one. The second one, it was great. I didn't like the ending. I get why they did it. I get why they split it in two stories because they wanted to do this great big story, but they're like, we can't do this in one movie. Mm-hmm. And there's so much shit that we don't want to cut out because it looks so nice. Let's split it into two. So fine. I was happy with it when I knew like the next one was coming like 6 months down the road, but now that it's been so fucking delayed,
everything.
You're like, oh, bummer.
But it's not a big deal because we know everything's delayed.
But
except
I was
for
like,
reality programming.
Oh, and Adam Sandler's
and
bar
wrestling.
mitzvah show. That disgusting fucking sloppy pig, Adam Sandler, is shilling his fucking whole family into a show on Netflix. It's funny.
Is it a reality show?
I don't care.
Because that would make sense.
Don't give a shit. But I also saw there's a picture. Everyone was trying to say, oh, look, there's Adam Sandler in New York playing basketball with some guy. I'm like, what's he there to sell? Because that unfunny pig is not going to show up. Yeah, he's not going to show up anywhere if there's nothing to sell. And then right after I mentioned that, I see, oh, he has a show on Netflix. I went, yeah, that's what he's shilling. That Adam Sandler pig is just a shill.
You would do the same thing.
No.
If you have a show on Netflix, you have to go promotionalize.
You're not allowed to right now, though. You're not allowed to promote it.
Certain people are.
No, you're not.
No, there is a thing where certain.
If you're part of the SAG-AFTRA union, you're not allowed.
There are certain ones that can.
Really? Eh?
Yeah.
I thought it was if you're a member of the union, you are not allowed.
There's a thing where it's like if your movie was done set up before blah blah blah, and it's already set up to do the promotion for that movie, we're not going to cause you to lose money because the whole point is we want you to gain money out of the end all. So like we're not going to take away your money. So if it's already
take it away from
set
him.
up, so Barbie and all that, it was allowed to go do the promotion, even though they walked off that one thing. But that was just say that we're with you.
Okay.
But there's certain things that were set up that could.
Well, even if there were rules around it, that Peg Sandler would find some way to rip off someone and shill it out
anything
there.
Reality can be done because they don't need script writers.
And I'm sure that's how he's shilling it. He's like, oh no, we're a reality show. Yeah, reality, sure.
They're not paid
anyway,
as actors
point is,
if they're reality
Adam
show.
Sandler's a pig, and no one should watch his stuff. Back to Spider-Verse. It's a bummer that we got to wait for it because it's going to be a lot of fun. I thought the reveal at the ending that Miles Morales was the bad guy in episode or in World 99, whatever it was, I don't care. I was like, who cares? Like part of me was like, I don't really care. But hey, not that it didn't bring it down at all for me. It didn't kind of bummer. I was just like, who gives a shit? Just as long as you keep on doing the animation, keep on telling the story, I'm having fun. I don't give a shit what happens.
I think the main bad guy in this was Spider Serious. Whatever you call him.
Yeah, Spider.
What was his name?
Spider Vampire. He was a vampire.
Is he a vampire?
I think so.
It's like Morbius type.
Morbius Spider-Man, yeah. Spider Orbius.
Anyway,
Spider
he's the leader
Spider-Morb.
of the Spider Clan.
Sure.
It's a horrible way to put. Anyway, I figure he's the bad guy, and he will turn good. He will see the error in his ways once Miles Morales saves the day in the second one.
Saves the day.
Not just Miles, but the new Spider Crew from the old Spider Crew.
I didn't care about the Spider Crew. I just like seeing different Spider-Man.
It was
funny.
interesting that they didn't play upon the old crew. They're just like, at the end of this movie, they're like, they're coming.
Yeah.
Like,
And
you'll
you
see them in the next
You
one.
see them here and there. You see Peter Parker, you're like, oh, look, there's Peter Parker.
That one
You see
came
Spider-Ham,
back.
you're like, oh, there's
But
Spider-Ham.
Spider-Ham was only like brief.
But
and
even,
the computer girl one.
yeah,
the
I don't think
anime
you saw
one.
Spider-Man Noir.
He was there. Yeah.
Was he there, eh? I don't know. I never looked. But
I think he was there.
I
Pretty
don't
he was
think
there.
about, who
Like,
cares?
just in that scene at the end where they were like, and the old crew, and they showed old
Either
crew
way.
with the new crew.
The point is,
Spider-Punk.
I gave it 8 spider bites out of 10 spider bites. Excuse me. Spider-Men.
I don't know.
Spider people. Yeah, for me,
eight
it's
is a good number.
Yeah, 8's a good number. 8
I
is a good number. You should say it.
the what? 8 is a good number. The wife asked me what I thought of it, and I said, "You should do what I would have loved to do is watch them
Oh.
together, part 1 and part 2."
Oh.
Because like I said, I got to the end of part 1, and I'm like, oh,
I thought you were saying you wanted to watch your wives together.
I don't have.
Unlucky. Or I should say lucky.
I have one wife, and that's enough for me.
I have 2 wives, and 1's enough for me.
0.
0's enough for me.
That's why they're in my freezer right now.
That's why it's funny, you know.
That's why you invited me in the shower.
I was
If you have not seen it, wait.
for
Wait
Spider-Man Part 2.
And then
Well,
watch
no,
them
don't
together.
wait for it because then
Watch all
you're gonna-
3 together.
Who knows? What if it's going to be like 3 years before it gets here?
So what? Wait.
You're an
You
idiot.
don't need to watch it now.
You say that
There's
because
no
you've already
need.
watched it.
And I'm saying there's no need.
I bet.
I waited.
You know what? There's a need for
Sex.
more sex.
More sex.
No,
Sex.
it's funny. My wife and I were talking about. I always say it's funny. It's like my starting thing for everything. So I'm sorry.
Fun. It's funny.
I was talking to my wife. We were in the car, and I was like, you know what's fucked up? Like, remember when you were a kid, when you were like teenager and into your 20s, you were like, you would do anything for sex or sex.
Mm-hmm.
When I have sex, it's too sex. Now that I'm old and almost 50, I'm
Do
like,
anything for no sex.
why bother? What's the point? You know, like, we did this enough.
But then you
But
get.
then you think of your young self looking at your old self saying that, and you're,
Oh, you'd get slapped.
yeah, your young self, you're like, what's the matter with you?
Joe.
It's amazing.
No, yeah.
He'd be so much skinnier and louder and impatient. Little bastard. If I was to fucking ever run into my younger self, I'd beat him into oblivion. I'd beat his fucking face.
And this is relatable because Spider-Man. You're talking about Spider-Verses and
That's right. So if I ran into a younger version of myself in the Spider-Verse, I'd beat the piss out of him. And then I'd
not tell him why.
just
that mean
hey,
the
you look a
future?
lot like me.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Turns out it's just your neighbor's kid.
This kid that looks a bit like
Yeah.
me. Oh.
Then you got to worry about other things.
It was all Spider-Man.
And you walk away.
Or the Flash.
That's how you outro
Blame
the show.
Flash. Oh, no. What?
That's how you outro the show.
Outro the show. All right. No, I'm going to outro it for real. We're sorry you've been watching Watch Complain, especially this episode where I talked about what I'm doing with my job and other things.
Beating yourself.
And beating myself.
In the normal way that you talk
Exactly.
about beating
Not that I
yourself.
do in the shower. We're sorry you've been watching Watch Complain. Please follow us on our webpage, watchcomplain.com, or on our social medias like Instagram and
Instagram?
YouTube and Grinder and the new Threads and X because we're on
Threads.
X
Do
and
you
Threads.
look at X now and go, ugh?
I don't like any of it. I never looked at Twitter really ever.
The
And
only
even
time
now
I
with
use
X,
Twitter
whatever.
is to promote the show, and I don't even know if it's doing anything. And then now I see the X logo on my screen as like the app logo, and I'm just like, ugh.
I don't have Twitter.
I love Threads.
I had Twitter on my phone, I want to say a few years ago, and I legit tried, I mean, even with Threads, I legit tried, I'll try this out, see if I can do this. I grow bored after a while.
You do one thread, and then maybe next week you'll do another one.
Yeah.
Just to throw it out there. But yeah, you're not a social media person. Well, you are when you do photos, just like Instagram. That'll work.
Yeah, maybe I should.
You can do like random photos, like when we're taping and stuff.
We should
You
do one
have a
right
phone.
now. Where's my phone?
You could do
Oh, there it
video
is.
too.
Wow.
Go to Rob's username on Threads.
Yeah, go to my username.
What's your
Rob _ username.
That would be cool. But it's actually Rob Price
_ Price.
69.
Yeah, Rob
Watching complain.
_ Price _ 4
Official.
_ sale _ 4 _ sex.
You got to
You
find
can
it.
see my rates.
We're still talking.
We should have cut this off hours ago.
I will.
Welcome, everybody. Or no, that's not what I meant to say. Thank you for watching. Nope, that's not what I meant to say. Sorry you've been watching Watch and Complain. Please follow us on all of our social media. Both of us are very tired, and I've had a lot of pizza and a shower and shower pizza. Goodbye.
Piece of showers.